Hello everyone, Dan 14 Prime here, doing a video share out today on the new addition to the Superhero Lounge collection. This is the Prime 1 Studio Beast War Transmetal Megatron. A super interesting piece, and though Prime 1 has, as of a couple of years ago, did a couple Beast Wars pieces, the original Megatron and Optimus Primal, they haven't put anything else into that line until now. And even with this release, they haven't announced or teased any other Beast War figures, so really kind of a strange one-off piece, but just big, epic, beautiful, amazing detail. Now this statue is very limited. We've got the DX bonus here in front of you, ES of 150, retails for about $2,000. Now that DX will get you 2 extra portraits, and the bonus is the Tarantulas ripped off head in Megatron's hand. And then they did a regular version with an ES of just 50, and I believe retailed for like $1,700. So super limited, just 200 total ES. I'm not aware they did just a standard DX version without the bonus, and it's really waitlisted almost everywhere. I've seen it at just a couple of like your tail end US retailers where you can still get a hold of this thing. And finally, just in terms of the size of this piece, it really depends how you want to display it, but if Predacon symbol towards the front is the suggested display angle, it goes about 25 inches wide total width and about 25 inches deep. Top of Megatron's head goes about 29 inches or so, but the tip of the wing pushes more like 31. But depending on how you want to display it, if you want to cockeye him a bit and get the full presence of the wings, he can be like 31 inches wide. Or if you wanted him facing you a bit more, with the dragon basically punching you, he could be as much as 29 inches deep. So it's just going to depend on the angle. But I think at the suggested angle here, pretty manageable dimensions, and it really still opens up the figure. You see all of this amazing detail, and it looks great. All right, guys, let's jump in and check out the details on this piece. Hey, guys, just a quick reminder, if you like collectible statues, action figures, and hardcover comics, be sure to check us out at the Superhero Lounge. That's the Superhero Lounge collectible store at superherolounge.com. And be sure to browse our growing inventory of pre-order and in-stock merchandise. Link down in the description below. All right, let's just jump in closer on this thing. Let me give you a pan of the front. Straight away, you see just amazing detail through the chest. This thing is phenomenal. Largely one enormous sculpted piece. A lot of Transformers statues, be it XM, of course, be it the traditional Bayverse from Prime 1, you usually have lots of parts kind of magnetize, pop on, create all the panels that kind of what I call layered look to the piece. Impressively, not this guy. This whole section you're looking at, legs up into the torso, everything except, of course, the arms, the head, and the shoulder pads there, was just one enormous sculpted piece. So really, in its own way, super impressive. They could create all of this texturing, layering, detailed sculpting in one giant piece without using, all these little panel pop-ons and things like this. You typically see, the little wheel, magnetize it on, maybe some of these plates, plop it on. Not here. One solid, enormous, heavy piece. Really, really impressive. The detail is phenomenal. Let's jump down on this base. It is amazing. It's huge and super heavy, of course, to support that very large flying Megatron. But you basically get like a good half of a Tarantulas here. So in terms of the price of this thing, which is pricey, $1,700 to $2,000, you're basically getting a Dio. I mean, you've got a lot of Tarantulas here. And that's one of the bonus accessories, just the decapitated neck look that goes with the hand with the head in it. Because not only is this thing $2,000 or $1,700, just depending on the version, but it's big and heavy, as I mentioned. Good 100 pounds, over 100 pounds shipped, 2 boxes. Be sure to check out my unboxing, same handle, Dan14 Prime on Instagram. Save down my profile. All of this lava splash in here is like phenomenal. The amount of detail. I was shocked none of that was chipped or broke. There's so much fine splashing lava. Just chunk this out so you can see some of the detail. Again, the red metal armor is like hot rod red, just really cherry, shiny, but worn and damaged, dirty. And then kind of underneath of that, you have this really kind of dirty metal, worn copper sort of look. I don't know, this brown, black sort of effect. And all those mechanical details sculpted in. Really looks good. Then coming up here through the torso, it's really where you see some of the amazing details, all this fine kind of like dragon skin, kind of look going across the chest. That sinks in with like the wings that you'll see. So just really phenomenal amount of detail and just really cool look. The chest comes out to this big dragon arm here. This looks really good, this dragon head. Get all these gnarly kind of horn things, almost hair looking stuff inside the mouth. Got all the teeth and everything. Cool, almost sort of pinkish kind of highlight there on top. Yeah, that looks really, really cool. And this piece just lights up, like comes off here. That whole panel where the peg is can actually come out. Two AAAs go behind it, button here. The eyes come on. Boom. They got the yellow eyes lit up in the inside of the mouth. I just kind of freehanded around this guy. You can see the right hand really cocked back. Check out the Tarantulas bonus severed head. Really like the pose, very dynamic, fluid. Just massive, massive leg there. He pegs in, of course, there, and in the back there's a rod on this back left foot. A little tricky getting all that stuff lined up. And we'll get you some appreciation for the back of this dude. That's the big wide wing view. And these wings are super cool. See all that dragon scaling in there. Really sweet. This is cool. It's really, unfortunately, kind of hitting behind the piece, but off of the back of the head comes this piece that's the dragon tail into the end like that. Really sort of tucked away. But if you can get a back view of it, absolutely beautiful. More sort of that pinker type accent there. Again, massive wing. It's really cool, kind of yellow into orange with the red effects. Wings look like freaking knives. Super cool. Lots of detail down the back. Back of the legs all look really good. Getting down into all this lava, just like phenomenal. All this lava. Predacon sign in the back again. Big rock, what he's standing on. To give sort of the flying effect. And here a bit more of a true profile. Just so you can see. And I think we just got to check out the portraits here. So here, one of the teeth portraits. Again, DX. Kind of smiling teeth. A lot of great detail in those portraits. Just really cool with like the helmet, with the red, and again, this sort of black, copper, worn, whatever. Gold trim, purple face, red eyes, silver teeth. This looks really good. 3 LR44s, I believe, in each head. And the button, they did a nice job with the lights. The button here, right on top of the head. That's good. Prime 1's not always great with sort of the switches and the lights, but this one is pretty good. You saw the dragon head, not too bad. Pop it off, hit a button here, accessible from the outside even. I do like that. And here the other head, I'll just kind of put them side by side. Again, teeth, more of like a grimace. You can see on this one versus the other one's kind of the smile. And then finally here, you got your standard, just kind of like a zero expression sort of look. And there's the bonus with the decapitated Tarantulas head, or you just put a fist in there, which looks good, but of course you're always going to use that, I think, if you got the bonus. But it is cool down here. If you take out the decapitated piece, you know, the normal version, you get the full Tarantulas portrait, which sits in there. That does actually make that look pretty cool because it makes them feel more complete. But really, both are good options. So there you have it, guys. Prime 1 Studio, Megatron, Beast Wars Transmetal. Really a phenomenal piece. Again, kind of strange, and it feels like a one-off. There's no line, really broad line, I would say, that they've been announcing, teasing, or building against this. But so happy they made it. It is epic and beautiful. I think they really nailed it. I think it's like the cream of Prime 1, you know, regardless of brand or kind of media line, what have you. If you just look across Prime 1 as a manufacturer of phenomenal statues, sort of skim that top 5%, this guy is definitely in that cream. Just an absolutely beautiful piece. All right, guys, again, check out the full unboxing down saved in my Instagram profile, same handle, Dan14Prime. Did a pretty detailed unboxing, showed all the pieces and the assembly of this guy, so definitely check that out. Be sure to check out your collectible shopping, statues, action figures, hardcover comics at thesuperherolounge.com. Both of those and more linked down in the description below. You can even check out some of the Superhero Lounge. It's linked to my YouTube store right off this channel. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. See you next time.